Good Tuesday morning, all the friends, family, everybody joining us online. We're going to get into our Tuesday devotion here in just a second, and I hope everybody's having a great start to the week. We've got out of our winter storm. Everything's starting to melt off. Now it's just going to be wet and nasty. So we're going to continue on today in the book of Philemon. Does everybody pronounce that Philemon? For years, I always pronounced it Philemon, Philemon. So I guess everybody calls it different names. If you caught the pastor's story, on Monday, his devotion, he told a story about a guy named Phil. So that should work, shouldn't it? But I hope you caught the pastor's Monday devotion as he's got us set up here for the week, and he told you the story about what had happened. I'm not going to go back and go through his whole story. If you didn't get to watch Monday, you need to go watch that. He done an awesome job of telling the story of Paul and Philemon and the young man Onesimus, and how he was a slave and run away, and Paul had sent him back. And he covered verses 15 and 16, and I'm going to do 17 and 18 here today. Have you ever made this or heard the saying, or maybe you said it yourself? I know I've said this a lot over the years. Well, if he's a friend of yours, he's a friend of mine. If he's your friend, he's my friend. We all have different friends, right? We all have a different group of friends, and those we're close with, and those we confide in, and those we trust and put faith in, and those we rely on. And they're different for all of us. We've all got those that are close, and we've all got mutual friends too, right? So, I really thought when I was reading these two verses here and getting set up for this devotion, that kind of hit my mind. I've always thought of myself as one of those people. If one of my good friends, I'll use Pastor for example. He knows. Me and him know a lot of people. We know a lot of different people. We've been in, the same group of friends throughout high school. And as we've grown up and went through the ministry for 20 years now together, we do have a lot of the same friends. But, just with his line of work and my line of work, it's always been a little bit different as far as people I know and in a workplace or different set of friends, even though me and him have been best friends for all those years. But one thing I've always considered, if you're a friend of his, you're a friend of mine. And I've always looked at it that way. And it's, I've always had that relationship with about all my friends. I hope I've tried to. Sometimes we let that go the other way. You do my friend wrong, then I've got a bad opinion of you, right? We get that too, but that really hit me when I was studying these two verses, and just a couple short verses I want to go through here with you on Tuesday morning to kind of get you started, and I hope you'll see this. But it says in verse 17, "If thou count me therefore a partner." That's the way Paul, when he's writing this to Philemon, that's the first thing he tells him here in this verse. He says, "If you count me a partner, if we're companions, if we're friends, if we share the same common interest, then receive him as myself." And the pastor done a wonderful job in verse 15 of talking about receiving him and what that meant. And I won't go back on that, but I like that he says, receive him as myself. Receive him just as you would me. If we're friends, if we're companions, if we're, if we're in this together, we're in the same tribe, then count him just like it. When he shows up, when he shows up, you treat him just like you would me, just as myself. Hey, we're best of friends and we've been doing this work together. But when he shows up, I want you to treat him just the same. Treat him just the same as you would me. And even though he may have wronged you, he's done you wrong. And that's where we get into in verse 18. If he hath wronged thee, if he owes you anything or oweth thee aught, put that on mine account. So if he's wronged you, if he's cheated you, if he's robbed you, when he left him and he ran away, if it cost you anything, If he'd done any of that, you want to see true friendship, not just with Paul and how the true friendship was with him and Philemon, but look at the friendship that he had formed here with Onesimus. And when he sent him back, he says, anything that he owes you, you put that on my account. If he's wronged you, I'll take care of it. He says, I will answer to all the charges, anything he has. When I show up, and you see that in the next few verses, I think 19, I don't know if anybody has 19 this week. If you do, I'm sorry, because I'm going to steal it just for a second. But Paul goes on, he says, I will repay it. I'll repay it. Man, what a picture. What a picture of Paul, that he could say that he could say, if he owes you anything, I'll cover it. Put it on my account. Man, can we be more like that today? Can we be more like that to say, if he owes you anything, I'll take care of it. He is a new man now. He is a new creature. He has a new life. He has found the gospel. He has turned to Christ. And if he owes you anything, I'll take care of it. You know, the perfect example. And I teach so many times, and I stress of being Christ-like and you know, trying to model ourselves after Christ. We're all disciples. We're all disciples, and we're following after Christ. But if you want to model yourself after Christ, how about doing that? How about telling someone else, hey, if they owe anything, put it on my account. I'll take care of that. I'm not just talking about in monetary value, but how can we be a Paul for someone else and speak up for someone else? You talk about being Christ-like. Wow, who was the greatest that ever done that? Christ, he put it all on his account. Everything we owed, all the wrong we done, he put it all on his account. You know what? No greater example, no greater form of a servant, no greater picture of a servant than what Christ done for us. So surely we can reach out for those today and tell somebody else, hey, they're a friend of mine. You treat them just as you would me. And if they owe you anything, put it on me. I'll take care of it. I hope that finds you today, that maybe somebody you can reach out to today. Maybe somebody maybe they've had a bad go at life. Maybe they've had things that haven't went very well. Put yourself out there for them and say, hey, put it on me. I'll take care of this one. I've got this one for them. So if you know somebody like that today, pray about it and see if God leads you that way. I hope you have a great, great week. Look forward to the rest of the studies and devotions this week. I love you all, and God bless.